Tadej Pogačar has just opened up about his 2020 Tour de France victory, which he beat Primož Roglic in, and says that his heart also sank when he took the title from Primož Roglic. Do you remember the 2020 Tour de France? This was the tour that finished on Planche de Belfi in a time trial. And it was a fateful day for Roglic because he had done so well. He'd controlled that Tour de France. But pretty much on the last day, he lost it to Pogačar, who had never won a Grand Tour before. It was his first Tour de France, and really the day that Pogačar announced himself as something incredibly unique, even more special than he'd already appeared at the Vuelta the year before. The fact that he could actually contend and win the Tour de France on his first time at 21, unbelievable. But yeah, let's have a look at what Pogačar says. He says everything was coming together for him right down to the last minute, talking about Roglic. The whole country and the fans were preparing for him to win the Tour. But I gave my all in the time trial and I couldn't do anything. I had no influence on how Primož rode. When I saw how he crossed the finish line, my heart also sank. I wasn't as happy as I could have been. At that time, I would have been completely satisfied with second, and I had mentally prepared myself for that in the days before, even though it was incomprehensible to me. Yeah, and I think we, as viewers, had all prepared for that outcome. We'd all prepared for Tadej to finish second, and even that in itself, an incredible achievement for a rider who had never ridden the Tour before. And yeah, sure, he'd won stages at the Vuelta. We knew he could climb well. We knew he could win. But no one had sort of seen him as a genuine contender for the Tour de France anyway. Just someone who could maybe win stages and finish on the podium at best. But yeah, to actually win the Tour, none of us had really expected that. Maybe a few of us, but I certainly did not expect it. And even he himself here did not expect it. And he goes on to say, when Primož Roglic crossed the finish line with a gap, I simply couldn't believe it. It was probably the same for the whole Slovenia and the fans. Are you Slovenian? Or were you watching the Tour? How did you feel? Let me know in the comments. How did you feel about this outcome? How this race went, this 2020 Tour de France? Wasn't it incredible? But he says, it was hard for me too. Unfortunately, we still have to remember that race. Well, Pogačar's talking about it in like a sad way, like it's a sad thing. I don't think so. He should be proud of this result. He earned it at the end of the day. Primož just had a pretty off day on that time trial. His helmet was loose. He looked very hot. He didn't look himself. Maybe the stress got to him. But yeah, it wasn't a bad time trial from Roglic. He didn't do a terrible TT, but it just was not good enough, like on his level to defend, especially when you have Pogačar, who actually was on an incredible day. That day on the time trial bike, he was just so fluid and so powerful. He had a great day, did Pogačar, and he earned this win. He says, I should have been more happy then, but I was more down to earth. Yeah, I think what he's saying there is that he should have probably felt less sad about winning and been more happy. But yeah, he was just very kind of humble and compassionate about it. But this is sport at the end of the day. It is brutal. It says it's not unfair to say, the article says, it's not unfair to say that Roglic is no longer in his prime. His Vuelta win in 2024 was his last Grand Tour result. And yeah, I don't know about this year. We're going to see how he's going to do at the Vuelta, because these two are going to rival again at the Vuelta. Do you think there's going to be direct competition, or is Roglic going to sort of just fade out of the back of the group? And is it going to be someone else, maybe Felix Gall, who will be taking on Pogačar, or will Roglic actually be there facing his old opponent and actually being able to keep up with him to some extent? Personally, I don't think so. I don't think anybody is going to keep up with him. Just like the Tour de France, he's going to ride away with an easy victory at this Vuelta, and he'll do it early. He will do it early. He'll put the race to bed in the first week, unless he purposefully decides to make it more exciting and hold back until maybe the final week. But I don't think so. I don't think Pogačar can resist the urge to absolutely destroy. But yeah, so despite all of this, Pogačar continues to hold his compatriot in high regard. Well, of course, I really wish we saw more of this rivalry. I wish it went on for a few more years and Roglič didn't keep crashing out. We missed out on some good racing, unfortunately. But yeah, he says Primož has proven that he's the top cyclist. He's a legend. He's done a lot for cycling. And yeah, he's done a lot for young cyclists. And he's always admired him. Well, I don't think there's anyone who dislikes Roglič. He is very funny. He's very charismatic. He's very chill and laid back and very humble, and also incredible at racing. He says, I remember when he rode the Giro for the first time and missed the stage victory in the time trial by less than a second. I said to myself that this is something incredible, but he's always surprised us. I hope that he will continue his performances that he's shown in the past, and I wish that he will show good legs again. Yeah, I definitely do as well, Pogačar. I really hope we see Primož Roglič absolutely on top form at the end of this month when the Vuelta begins, and I hope that he can challenge you and you can have some good racing in the mountains. But yeah, I'm actually not holding out too much hope for that. But yeah, we have to be realistic. This is sport. Sport is brutal. And we may see an old Roglič surprising us. I hope so. Or we may see a Roglič just fighting maybe for third place on the podium. We will see what happens, but I've got my eyes on Felix Gall. Do you remember how well he rode at the Giro this year? He was the only rider who could keep with Vingegaard. It's like he would hold his wheel at least for a few minutes when he attacked. So that was impressive from Felix Gall. I think he's going to find himself in a really good spot at this Vuelta, possibly second place to Pogačar. We will see what happens, but yeah, let's hope that Roglič surprises us and gives us another amazing red jersey surprise. But yeah, that'll do it for this video, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't. I'm making videos throughout this Vuelta as well, not just covering the race results, but also some of the more controversial things. You know how it is on this channel. But yeah, please subscribe if you haven't. A lot of the viewers are not subscribed, so I'd appreciate that. And yeah, let's look forward to an exciting Vuelta a España. Let's hope no one crashes or has any accidents or illness. Let's hope we have a completely open race. I'll see you in the next video.